All right, Chicago, I hope you soaked up your Wednesday because today is a little different. You'll notice 40 degrees is your high temperature in the city, and we have some more clouds on the way in. But this is a walk in the park compared to the next few days. We have a major storm on the way into the upper Midwest and the Northeast. It'll bring heavy rain and another dose of winter, especially if you live in Chicago, all the way through upstate New York and New England. Now, this all begins tomorrow, Friday. Let's follow the storm a little further through the north. Now, here you go. Columbus, Ohio, getting in on the rain and the storms early morning Friday, but you'll start to notice this intrusion of colder air into places like Detroit and into Chicago as well. Look at the clock. This is 10:40 a.m. Eastern Time, 9:40 Central. You'll look at Detroit and you're starting to see more in the way of snow as the air starts to cool. And then we look further into the afternoon, 3:45 or so, and even Chicago, you're getting in on some of that snowfall too. Now, it's heavy and wet at first, but we'll see that changeover throughout the course of this storm. Into Detroit as well, you're going to see a lot of mixing. So you will see snowflakes, but you'll also see a little something else. Let me point out Buffalo too. You're in a similar situation. Albany looking a little more in the way of snowfall just because you're getting a little more cold air. You've got extra time for that cold to set in. Now let's move into Friday night, late night, 11 p.m. And Detroit, you're seeing the last of the snow before the storm's out of your area. Chicago, you're not dealing with any more issues at this point. Albany, Boston, Portland into the Northeast, that snow band starts to move, and by Saturday morning you're getting full heavy snow into upstate New York, looking across, let's say, Utica and Syracuse up into the Adirondacks, the Green and White Mountains in Vermont and New Hampshire, even into the Merrimack Valley. A little bit of mixing, but up toward Manchester you'll see more in the way of snowfall. Portland, Maine, no doubt about it, you're going to see some heavy snow too. I laugh because Maine has not had any problems with winter so far this year. The Boundary Mountain's going to get a good dose of snow by the time this storm is done on Saturday evening. Here are the numbers we're looking at. If you live in Saginaw, that's where some of the good stuff happens. In the mitten of Michigan, right across the middle, the big snow, about 1 foot to 1.5 feet possible. Looking at Syracuse and Portland, you're more in that 6 to 12 inch range. You'll notice Chicago also in that 6 to 12, but you're really going to have to dig for this. Let me show you your AccuWeather wintercast in Chicago, looking specifically at 6 to 10 possible between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Central Time on Friday, but you'll notice the percentages here, 6 to 10 and 3 to 6. We're looking awfully close in those categories, so I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up a little closer to that 6 on the dot. Then 8 to 12 into Syracuse, getting honed in on the numbers here between 2 p.m. Eastern on Friday and 7 p.m. on Saturday. So decent amount of time for some snowfall here, and at this point you're looking again at that 8 to 12. Now, in terms of the weekend, it's going to be awfully chilly as this storm moves in. Temperatures a little closer to your historical average high temperatures for this time of year, especially on Sunday in Boston. You're looking a little closer to 40 degrees than the 50 you'll see just about on Saturday.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out these other videos here and be sure to subscribe for new content and the latest weather news from AccuWeather.